Thanks for being here, everybody. Hey, let's jump in. We're going to do, I'm going to share with you today. By the way, how many of you downloaded and played with, oh, I didn't give it to you. I was going to say the business planning GPT. You're getting that in Sacramento, huh? I'm going to give that to you in Sacramento, Mark. I created the coolest AI tool for building your business plan. And everybody that's going to be in Sacramento, what used to take us 3 days to do business plans, we're doing in 30 minutes. And so, I'll bring somebody up on stage and we're going to build a full out 7-figure business plan. And it's going to be done the Workman way, which is like 25 years of business plans and following people that have great success and results in what they do. And one of the keys in our business planning is we do a thing called 4 pillars of income. And Janine, when you think about 4 pillars of income, the way most people think about it is they create 4 pillars, and then they put 25% of their income in each of the pillars. So FSBOs, attraction, so open houses, door knocking, Zillow, whatever, right? What we do is we say, okay, whatever your goal is, let's say it's $7 million. You want to do 35 million in sales. I make you create 4 pillars, and each pillar has to generate 100% of your income goal. And so you have 4 pillars. Each one of them generates 35 million in sales. And then we reverse engineer it and we go after each one of them as if it's the only thing we do. And that's why our teams grow so fast and so big, is because we never hit our goals, because we always set them 4 times bigger than what the real goal is. I call it failing up. And so, Andrew, what happens when you fail at 2 million instead of 4 million? You fail all the way to the bank. It's like a good fail. Like if you're always hitting your goals, I think that you're sandbaggers and that you're not setting them high enough. And so I just want you to be uncomfortable. And if you're not uncomfortable, then you probably have the wrong coach. You're probably not in the right room. I want your goals to be so big, Rosalind, that you're afraid to say them out loud. Like when you say it, you hope nobody hears you, but you really want it. And then let's figure out how to get it. Because nobody ever accomplished anything great by setting attainable and realistic goals. Andrew, you wrote in there, if you aim for the stars, that's an Ogmandino, by the way. Ogmandino says, I'd rather shoot for the moon and hit a star than shoot for an eagle and hit a rock. And I love that quote. All right. So one of the things I talk to you about all the time is I talk about messaging to threats in the marketplace. And that when we reach out to people, one of the keys to being wildly successful is to serve regardless of opportunity. And so when you're calling someone and the only purpose for your call is I'm trying to sell you something, number one, you won't make the call because nobody likes to make the call. And number two, nobody answers your calls because they don't want to be sold stuff. And so when I give you permission to stop selling and start serving, it's authentic. I genuinely mean it. Like I'm telling you, you can call everybody in your database without the intention of selling them something. Just call and ask them how I can help. Tell me what's going on. How can I help? How's your family? How are the kids doing? What's new? Like call and connect with people, because relationship capital is way more valuable than any deal you would get by asking for it. The business will take care of itself if you serve regardless of opportunity. You guys believe that? Okay, so you believe the concept of it, but how many of you actually practice it every day for at least an hour? 1 hour of calling through your database, serving. Anybody? Okay, so what is the value of increased knowledge or even a belief when you believe something, but you don't act on it? What is the value of that knowledge? Jim says 0. Andrew gives me a big goose egg. Okay. And so maybe if I could do anything for any of you and I could get you to do anything at all, it would be that when you get something and you say that's something I'm committed to and I believe in it, that you would actually live with integrity with yourself and actually do something different. Because I don't want to be here to give you new ideas or tools. I want to be here so that I can get you to do something different, that you've never done before, so you can get something different that you've never had. We have to be action focused, not intelligence focused. I was playing with a friend of mine who just wrote a book. She's brought it over to me, and she's in my office today. Her name's Allison Shapiro, and she is an amazing individual. And she wrote a book called AI for the Authentic Leader. And it's how to communicate more effectively without losing your humanity. And she's actually a Harvard professor that was an opera singer that decided that she was going to no longer do opera and find her voice. And so she became a folk singer and a professional speaker, and she's very successful. And she teaches people and audiences how to be their authentic self and communicate at a really high level. She's a very good speaker trainer. She trains corporations and CEOs, hire her to come in and teach them how to find their voice. And she's been deep into AI for about 5 years and has discovered that it's really her mission to have people not lose who they are because of AI. And we were at lunch today and we came up with a new thing. You've heard of the nouveau riche. These are the nouveau AI people they now have this new knowledge. And so they think they're smarter than everybody else because they know how to do prompting and chat GPT. We call them the nouveau knowledge. It's nouveau knowledge. It's AI based knowledge. It's not actual knowledge and authenticity. And so I want you to learn how to gain knowledge, but then put it into action and remain who you are. AI is very powerful. You use it like crazy, but don't let it be the thing that you rely on so heavily at the expense of your relationships that are your most valuable asset. So it's not, by the way, this is not even out yet. You can't go buy it yet. So just know that it's coming. AI for the Authentic Leader by Allison Shapiro be a great one. I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to give you a couple of things real quick. I was thinking about what it is that keeps people from moving forward. And one of the things that keeps buyers and sellers sitting on the fence right now is they don't want to lose their 2.5% mortgage to buy one that's at 6.5%. Anybody have clients like that? Okay, that's a threat. And what are threats? Threats are opportunities for us to be able to go in and take market share. So we love threats because that's where creativity comes from. And so this week, we're talking about the appreciation offset system. I always give my systems a name, and I use proprietary language, and it's for you. So Rosalind, when someone says, I'm really struggling selling my house, even though I want to move because I have a 3% mortgage, and you say, oh my gosh, I totally know how you're feeling. Have you heard about our appreciation offset system? Well, no, what is that? Oh, it's mind-blowing. It's a system that we have that helps people realize that they actually make more money through a system in acquiring appreciation in the home they purchase rather than staying where they are. Would you like me to send you an information on that? And I'll have a calculator. I'll show you how it works. So here's what it looks like. By the way, this is us promoting the business planning next week in California, but here's how it works. The benefit for your clients is it gives them financial insight and understanding of where they are. Because what kind of dealers are we? I say this, what kind of dealers are we? We're options dealers. Options dealers. And so my job, Cindy, is not to make you move. I'm not trying, I don't have commission breath. I don't want to talk you into buying or selling. All I want to do is understand where you are and give you all the options so you can make the right decision for your family. One of the options could be stay where you are. Another one is maybe lease the property, short-term rent the property. Another option might be capitalize on the margin in your interest rate, and we can do seller financing and you can actually make money on your money. That's a different shift module. Another option might be to understand the benefits of being in a home that's appreciating at 5 to 7% a year and what that looks like to offset the interest. So I'm going to sit down with you and I'm going to give you options so that you become the most informed person in any transaction. My job is not making you move. It's giving you options. Does that feel different than trying to, you're buying or selling a house? You could use me. I'm better than anybody. Have you seen my social media? I got 72 likes on my last open house. Nobody cares about you. They care about themselves and they care about their family and they care about them not being able to be home at 5 because they have a 2-hour commute or because their kids are playing school and they're good in sports for a school that doesn't focus on sports and they want to move closer or art or whatever. So it gives you market adaptability, helps you make informed decisions, and it enhances client trust. So when you give them options so they can choose, they trust you. So this is the system. So the first thing you do when you download this is I want you to download it and read the story out loud because it uses emotional intelligence languaging to move people from fear, frustration, and pause into action with choices and optimism. So we use emotional intelligence languaging to move them to moving forward. So this is what we do. We plan on the number of years they plan on staying in their home. We took their estimated annual appreciation in the marketplace, what their rate is, the purchase price, their down payment, the loan, the estimated value after 7 years, the appreciation of the new property, where they're going to go. And then it goes in and it fills out the difference between the two. And it shows you what the appreciation is in the new property and how much it's going up than it is because the property they're buying in is less expensive. And the difference is the interest rate appreciation offset is the difference that is offset by the new property appreciating. So by staying where they are with a lower interest rate is actually costing them more money than buying a more expensive home in an area that's appreciating faster. Does that make sense? And so one offsets the other, and whether they move or not, it doesn't matter, but it gives them the ability to put their numbers in and make an informed decision that staying here may not be the best choice. So how do you use it? You use it when you're calling through your sphere in top 50. I was thinking about our interest rate, our appreciation offset system. Thought of you guys, thought I might send it over to you. You call it with anybody who's been a buyer who's stuck, or a seller who's thought about moving that has been on pause forever, and they're in your B and C lead category. It's a reason to reach out to them, to call them. You could create a short video. You could run on social media. People that have listings that expired, that have now decided to just keep their house because they don't want to put it back on the market because they have this low rate, and maybe it was a sign. It's not a sign. They just didn't have all the information. And their agent didn't do what they said they could do in the time they said they could do it. And they need someone like you to call. So there's all these ways of taking market share, but you need information that has proprietary language that resolves a problem or solves a threat and gives them options. So if you're not getting my downloads, grab this QR code. I think most of you have been on here before. You only have to do this once. And then when I do these sales mastery calls with Brent, I send the people who have downloaded this once. So you're going to get it because you're here. All right. What do you think about the appreciation offset system? Do you like the idea of talking about that with people? When someone says, I can't really sell my house, you say, oh, I totally get it. A lot of people feel that way, but that's before they heard about our appreciation offset system. Well, what is that? Oh, it's too much to explain over the phone. Let me pop by. I'll be in your neighborhood Tuesday. And then go see them face to face and sit down with them and explain it and list their property. And so the goal is not selling more, it's serving more. All right, let me take just a second and I'll answer any questions that you guys have. My goal in Sales Mastery is giving you all of the tools and the systems and the resources you need to remove threats and put people in a position to be hopeful and optimistic and make decisions that actually work best for their family. They want to move, but fear and threats cause people to be paralyzed and they don't move forward. And our job as options dealers is to give them those options, and that's how they keep moving. Rosalind, I love it. That's how you got your first listing. I love that. She says, I'm already an options dealer. I got this. We got this. I love it. Okay, does anybody have any questions for me? You can ask me anything. We have just a couple minutes, and you can say, Verl, here, I'm working on this. It could be in your business plans. It could be on your goals. What's burning, Mark? What do you got?
Okay, so my question is this. So Tom Davis just gave us a seminar on what he uses for success. He talked about focusing on lead generation and basically delegating in negotiations and doing appointments and delegating everything else. So my question for you is, if I'm calling to my database asking how I can help in any which way, what did that give me a bunch of work that has nothing to do with those key things for success?
Would it?
I think so. They're I need.
Who's on your team, Mark?
Who's on my team? I don't have a team yet.
Yeah. So the answer to your question was in my question.
Having a team.
Right.
Delegating.
Because how many people are you aware of that are wildly successful in business that run as companies of one? Go ahead and name one. Anybody want to help him? Your dentist, your doctor's office, the grocery store, your attorney. And so why is it that in real estate, we take some pride of honor on doing stuff ourselves? There's only two things you should focus on: business development and people development. Everything else you can delegate. So if you're calling through your database, your relationships are your capital. That's your most valuable asset. And someone says, oh my gosh, I'd love to have that. Say, man, I'd love to come by there. Would you mind if I have John? John's my right hand. He's the person that knows this financials better than anybody. I'm going to have him stop by. And you go with him for the first 6 months while you're training him. And then he's calling through your database. Mark wanted me to give you a call. And so we teach other people to be great and we pour into them. Like I build teams. The reason I'm here, the reason Brent brings me in when he's got all these coaches in his organization is because I don't recruit people. All I do is build 7-figure teams. We help people make a boatload of money in real estate so they can focus on their organizations. That's why I'm here. And so get a coach, get someone that can help you, and let's get engaged. So let's go. So Mark?
See you Thursday.
If not you, then who? That's the question you need to ask. It's not that you shouldn't do the task. It's just if you're not going to do it, then who's going to do it? If not you, then who? Carmen, hi. Great to see you. By the way, Allison is from DC, so real close to Baltimore.
Uh-huh. Verl, by any chance, do you have the Zoom link for tomorrow, the presentation of that 2026 goal thing that you're going to do in California? Because I am in Baltimore.
I don't know if it's being live streamed. I don't even know if there's a link. So you have to reach out to Brent's team for that. I am just the I'm just the show pony. I'm the hired gun. I'm just coming in to share my wisdom and help people get stupid goals. And so it's going to be so much fun. And I hope that they make it available to you, but I don't know if they do. I don't know if they have it. I know there'll be a camera crew there and they'll record it, but Brent's very good about sharing everything. One of the things I love about him, he just gives everybody everything. Other questions? Anybody else have a question for me? What else you thinking? So, Mark, did that help you? Like tools and technology and people, that's how you create leverage. Really great systems and then really great assistance, getting people to help you execute those systems.
Thank you.
Is anybody else stuck on anything? I saw a hand starting to come up. Bridget, hi.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'll go to Bridget and then I'll come back to you, Carmen.
I was just going to layer something on top of that because I love this conversation. I was just going to layer, if I may, for Mark. And if you find yourself in a situation where you can't, where you might not be able to handle it, figure out a way ahead of time on how you're going to handle that. So yes, build absolutely your team, but then think ahead of time on, okay, what if it's something that I can't handle or I can't do anything about? How do I want to go through that? So that's all I wanted to add.
That's great framing, Bridget, and I appreciate that. So another question might be, what are you doing that's occupying your time away from family that's not generating you any income? And maybe stop doing that instead. Like the people that are making big money in real estate, they're not any better than you. They certainly aren't any smarter. They're not better looking. They don't have anything you don't have. They just focus on different activities. And so how do we get you to stop focusing on things that you can outsource, delegate, or even not do, fake work, and focus on the things that give you the highest return on time? We talk about ROI all the time, but I really want you to start tracking what you do in 30-minute increments every day, and then put $1,000 next to each of those activities and ask yourself, would I pay someone $1,000 an hour to do these activities? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't be doing it yourself. Because I can never take you to the place where you're worth $1,000 an hour if you spend all your day doing $20 an hour tasks. I cannot physically get you there. It's kind of a fun thing. Carmen, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Tell me what else you had on your mind.
We have a group in EXP that we are solo agents. I am solo agent too. And we share a lot of things. And there is a guy, I think sells 50 million and he has 2 virtual assistants. It's crazy. But people are doing those things. And Mark, if you want to call me, we can talk about those links.
Carmen, let me give you a little secret. He's a team.
He's a team. Yes. He has the virtual assistants. Yeah.
Right. I have 15 virtual assistants.
Wow.
I also have a company and I have an executive. Look, the Candace is on the call. That's my executive assistant. Everybody say hi to Candace. She rocks. Okay. And so I have people in my life that do things for me so I can focus on the things that I love the most and that give me the highest return on time. Does that make sense? And nobody can tell you some people have teams that are made up of family members. Other people, a team is a husband and wife, or a father or son, or a mother or daughter. Sometimes it's a part-time assistant, or just someone taking all your transaction management off. There's not a right way to run a team. There's a right way to run your life. And so what we do when we do business planning, you'll see this, Mark, is you're going to have me first start with design your lifestyle. And then how do we build a business that supports that lifestyle? Make sense? So what do you want your life to look like? And what most agents do, I'll tell you that most agents, if you're doing more than 25 or 30 deals a year by yourself, you have a high level of frustration and a high level of burnout, and you're doing it at the expense of family, faith, friends, fun, and fitness. You're using the excuse that I'm doing it for my family because I want them to have things that I never had. But what they really need is us to be present. Think about that. They need the income, but they also need us. And so I believe in my soul that you can have it all, that you can have a 7-figure business. You can be a good parent, a good spouse, a good partner, whatever that means to you. You can show up for the people, a good mother, father, son, whatever, brother, sister. You can be a good human, and you can show up for the people that need you and make a lot of money and give back. You can have it all, but it doesn't happen accidentally. Everybody has a business and everybody has a life that is either accidentally created or it's intentionally created. And that intentional creation is strategic. It's how do I want my life to be? What are my non-negotiables? And then who do I need to be able to make that happen for my family? And then you reverse engineer it. And we just figure it out. And it's going to be so fun. Mark, I cannot wait to see you in Sacramento this week. Everybody else, thank you for being on the call today. I got to jump. Have a great rest of your week. And remember that success is predictable and so is average. And the only difference is the activity that you focus on. So let's change the activities that aren't getting us the result we want. Focus on the things we know work. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Verl.
Thank you, Verl. Appreciate it.
Good to see y'all.
Take care.